Hi, David Norris here, Business Doctors. I put together a short series of videos showing a number of steps to help you grow your business. I hope you enjoy them. There seems to be an obsession, I think, sometimes in small businesses where it's about getting the next customer. We've got to get new business. And of course, we have to get new business, but sometimes not at the expense of getting some business that's already there in existing customers. It's often easier to get business from existing customers than new business. It's also a lot less costly. You hear all kinds of metrics about it costs you 10 times more to get a new client than it does to perhaps harvest a bit more from an existing client. I'm not sure that's right or wrong, but it's certainly more expensive to go out and try and find new clients. Okay, so once you've done that, it's really about then testing ourselves a little bit, looking at ourselves. We've looked at the marketplace. Let's take a look at ourselves. This requires some brutal honesty, I would say. This is looking at your company in terms of, and we call this a give analysis. What are we great at? What is it we do that's really good, actually, compared to our competitors in our marketplace? Can we replicate that in other parts of our business? Are there areas that we can improve, perhaps? Maybe our sales forecasting, maybe our management planning, maybe marketing. Where can we do more? Are we vulnerable? Are we seeing a competitor growing faster than we are, for example? Do we know why that's the case? And what's our edge? And this is pretty important in terms of giving yourself a business that can be sustainable, is understanding what it is that provides you with some kind of edge in the marketplace. And then it's about testing that. So we call this a so what factor. So do we really have something that is sustainable? And if you ask yourself those 4 questions, by the way, I'll send everybody the slides, so if you want to, rather than take notes, you're more than welcome to, but I'll send this deck anyway. But if you ask those 4 questions of yourself and your business, just to make sure that what you've really got is something that is going to be here tomorrow and the day after. Another way of looking at it is we put this little diagram together, and what this really is a competitive positioning triangle that really will tell you whether you've got some kind of sustainable advantage. And it's pretty simple in concept, although quite hard to get to work in real life. So what we're saying here is there are obviously three points of the triangle, and as a business, if we can get ourselves to as many of those points as possible, we're going to be in a fairly good position in terms of growing our company. The cost one on the bottom left actually is the hardest thing for us to attain because we're a small business. It's very hard for us to demand, or I should say command, a supply chain from a cost perspective. If you're Walmart, for example, then that's easier to do. But for most of us in the room, unless we've created something or invented something that's unique to us, where we completely control the cost, it's very hard to get an advantage, a real advantage. So we need to look at things that help us elsewhere. So having something, something that's a differentiation in the marketplace. And then trying to find a marketplace that appreciates that differentiation, which is the niche market. And I'll give you an example of this again. It just happens to be another builder. But this builder had developed what he felt was a fast-track construction process, a way of just being able to build things faster than most of his competitors. So that was, in his mind, his differentiation. So to make that really sustainable, he needed to find a marketplace that really appreciates, so a niche market. So what he did was he took that differentiation to the hotel industry and said, I can build your hotel, not necessarily cheaper than anybody else, but on time or faster than anybody else. And this was very appealing to the hotel industry because they really want to get those things built as fast as they possibly can to get the bedrooms open, to be able to charge them, to be able to get revenue back. So he created himself a really, really nice niche marketplace based on his differentiation. So again, if you think about where your business is, where are you different, and can you then find a little niche market that really, really welcomes your differentiation, there's a good chance that you'll have a very successful and sustainable business. This is one of the things that entrepreneurs really kind of shout out to us. That's really, really important.